Missing someone. Missing someone. Missing someone. With all your missing
For many decades now, the Porsche 911 has been the sports car of choice for driving purists and those who have the financial means. An initially flawed design, with the engine mounted over the rear wheels and having earned the nickname the Widowmaker, the 911 hasn't always been the easiest car to drive. However, through decades of research and development, the Porsche engineers have been able to create some of the best handling sports cars of all time. Welcome to the 2016 Porsche 911 GTS, the best 911 you can buy.
What's up everyone and how's it going? Today I'm really excited because I'm reviewing a 2016 Porsche 911 GTS. I'll start by letting you know that this car is not stock.
It is fitted with a gorgeous TechArt body kit which uses a very distinct fixed rear wing and a much lower and more aggressive splitter, as well as the TechArt wheels. It also has a beautiful custom matte gray wrap job that was done by Prestige Customs over in North Van. I'll leave a link to them in the description below. We'll start off with a couple of the specs of this car. This car has a 3.8 liter naturally aspirated flat six that produces 430 horsepower and 325 foot-pounds of torque. This engine is then mated to either a 7-speed manual or in this case the 7-speed PDK, and man does this thing shift. I mean, I've read a lot online about the hype behind the PDKs. They're the fastest, they're the most responsive transmission, and this thing well exceeds my expectations. Gear shifts are just instantaneous in this car, you know, both upshifts and downshifts, and I mean the sound that it makes as you go up to red line. We'll bump it into sport here. That's just ridiculous. And it's not just on the upshifts. If we downshift here, it just feels like there's a rifle being shot off in the back. Now, the PDK is rated at having a 0 to 60 of 3.8 seconds and being able to do the quarter mile in 12.1 at 114 miles an hour. Now, those are really impressive numbers, but you have to remember that this car is not stock. With the exhaust and the tune that are fitted, there's no doubt in my mind that this car is going through the quarter in the 11s, and definitely sounding a lot better while it does it. This is all without even getting to the best part of the car, the handling. I mean, the steering in this thing is just weighted so perfectly, and there's so much response, and it's so predictable. Besides a few supercars that I've driven, being the Ford GT and the 488 Ferrari, this is easily the best handling car by far. And at, mid $100,000 price, it's about half the price of any of those supercars. The other thing to remember is that the 2016 was one of the last years for the naturally aspirated 911 GTSs. The current model uses a 3-liter twin-turbo 6 that, while it does produce a little bit more torque and better fuel economy, it just can't match the personality and character of this NA motor. This thing just screams all the way up to its 7,800 RPM redline, and I mean, what a sound does it make? Like, it's just incredible. Turbos are great, and they do offer a lot more torque, and they can offer a lot more power. However, you're also taking away from the car, I feel, in a way, because just having all motor, no forced induction of any kind, you can really hear the car sing. We'll actually pop it into Sport Plus here and we'll give you guys a listen. Sounds ludicrous. We'll give you a little downshift here. It just sounds like rifle shots through the exhaust. It really is probably the best exhaust in a car that I've ever driven. And the great thing about it is it's a valved baffled system. So I just push the little exhaust button here and it's quiet. And you know, you can be a little more inconspicuous in this thing, although at the end of the day it's still a very low, loud, you know, beautiful matte gray Porsche.
Now, the 911 has an almost infinite number of configurations and trim levels, and while most say either the Turbo S or the GT3 RS are the best, I'd beg to differ. On a daily basis, the Turbo S, while it may be faster, is just bound to get you into trouble. Unless you live in Germany, the car is just too fast and you'll only be able to enjoy it for a few seconds at a time or risk ending up in prison for excessive speeding. You then say, aha, but the GT3 RS offers faster lap times and a more motorsport-inspired driving experience, which, while true, doesn't necessarily make it a good car for everyday use. The suspension would eventually break your back, and if it didn't, you'd grow tired of people asking why your door handles are made of fabric and why there's a bunch of scaffolding in the back of your car. Both are amazing cars, don't get me wrong, but for everyday use, the 911 GTS is king. It offers both manual or PDK, as well as either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and can come in a coupe, Targa, or convertible. It has more power and sharper handling than a Carrera S without going either too extreme on high horsepower or stripping the car down and making the ride too harsh. It's the perfect medium, and that's why it's the best 911 you can drive on a regular basis.
Overall, this is just an amazing machine. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to Wayne for letting me drive and review his car. This is one of the last great naturally aspirated motors, and I mean, it just sounds amazing. Anyways, if you guys love this car as much as I love this car, and also have a lot more money than I do, you'll be happy to hear that this particular vehicle is actually up for sale. Check out the description box down below for more information. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.